This is Lance from Last Autolog, and I'm back with a new video. Got a Lexus SC430, and we're going to do a full audio upgrade. What does that mean? We got to change that thing out. We're keeping the factory nav up there. We're also going to upgrade the Levinson speakers here and bypass the amp. There's not going to be many things about the video. We're also going to put a backup camera on here for the customer. So what we're going to put in, the customer decided to go with a kicker sub. Well, the passive radiator is going to vent in the back. It's not going to fit behind the seat, but this is his choice. It's got a comp RT. We're doing a Boyo VTL 17 LG backup camera. Looks like it's got night vision. We got the Beatsonic interface to keep the factory nav. A Kenwood 5-channel amp. A JVC head unit. And speakers from Hertz. I'm not sure how we're gonna do the 5 1/4 and everything in this car, but I think he bought both sides just in case one doesn't fit. So we're gonna obviously change out the Mark Levinson, try to keep everything original as possible, and see how this car turns out. There's no DSP, there's no craziness going in this car. It's gonna be put and dry, really simple. The hardest part is gonna be getting to the amp and getting to all the speaker connections and going from there. We're just gonna play it by ear, pull it apart, and get it done. Stay tuned. And we're back. And so we have most of the day. Day one was really much getting the wiring done. What I mean by getting the wiring done is that we ran wires into the doors. So this got brand new wires in here. As you can see, the switch was broken, but in this case, we found out there was the thing was cracked from Jump Street. So we ran all new wires. We actually pulled the center console out of this Lexus, and we pulled the rear speakers out, and we pulled the sub out, and we pre-wired everything in this vehicle. So all the wiring is pulled in here, and we ran it over here into the actual harnesses and everything like that. And pre-wired in here, and we're getting close to getting figured out. We discovered that the amp will fit in the trunk only, so we had to basically mount the amp in the trunk and make a bracket and do stuff like that. And the main reason why he's doing all this is because, as you can see here, these speakers here, they're just shot. The one thing that's not bad is going to be these here, and they looked okay, but he's going to replace them all. But if you look at the actual woofer in here, you can actually see through it right there. So we're going to place all this Hertz speakers here, and then we're going to put a box in the back, and we should be good to go. Stay tuned. So we're back on this Lexus and trying to get these speakers in. So this is the speaker, how it looks in the factory. Obviously you can see it's destroyed. It's technically, I want to say, a 4-inch, and what we need to do is obviously pull this driver out and accommodate this 5 1/4 Hertz. I mean, it's not even a 4-inch. It's like a slightly bigger than a 4-inch. So if you look at it, it's a pretty huge magnet. It's slightly bigger than a 4-inch. So what we needed to do is we're gonna modify that hole, as you can see here, to accommodate the 5 1/4, and then we're gonna put foam underneath it and make it fit there. That's really not complicated to it. So I'm not really gonna film that part, but it's just that this is actually a 4-inch hole, or 3.5, 5 inch, maybe a little bit smaller than a 5-inch. And we're just gonna modify it, put that speaker in there, and that's what it's gonna turn out like. I'm not gonna film that, but these go in the back rear quarters. And in order to get that, you gotta take the whole back end of the car apart just to get these in and out. We rewired it, so we're gonna get this put together. We've also gone out and pulled out the factory 6x9. And the customer elected to go with these Scotia adapters. These are SA69, I believe. And what we had to do is we routed them out to put a 6-inch. So I'm trying to use as much parts that the customer provided to get the install done. And, you know, so that way it'll save him a little bit of money when it comes down to it, and work from there. So I don't generally do this, but I know this customer really well. He's a good friend of mine. And so he just wants to do this for a good setup in his car. So we're going to make everything work that he gave us and then work from there. We did rewire the car quite a bit, and I'll show you the video and when I show you the car, you'll see we took the whole console apart to do all the wiring. So stay tuned. So we have the door panel put back. I mean, it shouldn't be the door panel, but the actual speaker put in the door, crossover in here. The only reason it's here is because it's A, small, B, there's no adjustment settings on the tweeters, and it's behind the splash guard. So anything that's inside the actual cavity of the door, I'm okay when you put a crossover in here. I'm just not a big fan when there's settings that you can change, and on this crossover there's absolutely 0 settings. This is a low powered system, so these Hertz DG speakers are going to work fine in this application. Now most people say, well, you know, we put foam around here to put them up there. With the door panel on here, it actually sits really close to the actual door itself, so I really can't put any kind of thing on top of that. And then we're going to put the tweeter, the Hertz tweeter, and the A-pillar up here and attach it, so it'll look pretty good. So I'll show you an image of what it's like when we're done and go from there. So the tweeter's in, you can see it's in there. The factory tweeter was black grill, so that doesn't make any difference. So we put the Hertz tweeter there, we have the Mark Levinson driver there, everything's snapped back together, put together, it's good to go. Sorry about the noise in the background, they're painting the building next door, but life must go on. Move to the next part. We made a quick amp rack for this thing here, made a little bracket, made everything so it mounts here, so it's flush. I mean, not flush, but just basically mounted here. You can still put stuff back here if you wanted to, but it's just very simple. So his amp's mounted to something solid. It's not going anywhere, because there was no other place to put this amp. Nowhere other place. The factory amp's over there, but it's narrow and long, but this is wide. And this actually sounds pretty good so far. I haven't plugged the sub in, but we'll go from there and plug the sub in. And we'll look. So this Lexus is a wrap. We did a full audio upgrade on here. We basically put a new Kenwood radio in the dash, replacing the factory radio. We did brand new speakers, components, Hertz DG models in the front doors. We also did Hertz DG 5 1/4 in the rear component, and then he had a power, I wouldn't say power, but he had a kicker box that he used for the sub in the back, which he has it in the trunk area so he can take it in and out. We removed the factory sub, so the bass will vent through that actual opening. As you can see, we have the Hertz tweeters here. We just basically mount them, surface mount on there for him. We also replaced the switchings for him, because you can get those with Lexus. The Mark Levinson speaker here is still working because we still have a working screen up top. You open and close it, as you can see. And then you have your open and close here with the new Kenwood radio. This did require 2 interfaces, a Beatsonic interface for the screen to work. That interface does have serial control, but it only works with the Mark Levinson system. And then we had to buy another part by Axxes Metra interface just for the Lexus, so this unit would be able to have serial controls to work on the unit itself. Okay. We put a USB in the center console with a bass knob for that Kenwood amp. And this car sounds really good. So it's a really nice job. We had, like I said, it's external Bluetooth. The top works. Everything works in this car. It's in great shape. So this turned out really nice. It actually has 2 separate tunes from this radio to accommodate the top up and top down. So it's ready to rock and roll. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.